You too.
So as you're all loading in, guys, if you can, flick on the camera. Try and position it so I can see you as well, because I'll try and give you some feedback as we're going through it. There are 34 right now, so I'll try and see if I can get to everyone and look at everyone. If there's a wall near you, that's really good as well. If there's a ring near you, that's really good. If you have a partner as well, that's also great. So a few things we're going to do today. Firstly, I guess, welcome to hopefully the last Zoom session with Broadmeadows on a Sunday. Hoping that in a few hours when he makes his announcement, he's going to tell us we can go outside again. But we're making the most of this situation. Today, we'll take you through, you've probably done some of this stuff before, so we'll go a little bit of ball handling. I know you may be kind of sick of ball handling. We'll try and do some passing too. So if you have a sibling with you, that's great because you can pass to him. If you have a wall, you can pass to the wall. And even if you have a backboard only, I'm happy for you to pass to the backboard, so at least it'll come back to you. And then hopefully we'll do some ball loading, so like a lot of pivoting and stuff around the paint as well. And then hopefully as well, we can try and get something competitive. So if you've got a sibling too, we'll let you guys go at each other for a bit too. Todd's going to spotlight Diesel, Levi, and Jet for us. So you guys should be able to see them and hear me throughout this session as well. I want to make sure that, are they highlighted, Todd? Or is it?
Yeah, I'll put them on now.
Sweet, yeah, thank you. All right, guys, so at first, what we're going to start with, these guys all have one ball. You can go one ball or two balls, so if you've got two basketballs, you can. We're just going to start maybe 30 seconds on each of these dribbling stuff. I just want to make sure you're kind of warmed up. It is freezing outside. So first, we're just going to go pound the ball. So we'll go 30 seconds left hand, then 30 seconds right hand. So guys, when you're ready, let's go pound the ball. So just as quick as you can, nice and low. Yeah, exactly, guys. So everyone at home, let's try and follow along right now. Guys, when I say switch, then you can switch hands as well. But let's just keep going so everyone can see what you're actually doing. All right. And I'm trying to make sure, yeah, so everyone seems like we got Oakley dribbling. We have Henry. I think we have Zach too. Great job, Kai. Yeah, so let's switch to our left hands now. And we're going to try and just go for a bit of both. So turn that camera on if you can, and I'll try and do my best to give you some feedback as well. If you have any questions, you can use the chat function. Good. And we'll go back to the right hand again. So we're going to go, and then we're going to rotate one more time with our hand. So back to the other hand. Yeah, keep going, boys. So we're going to go back to your original hand. Then we're going to flick back. Then we're going to change the type of dribble we're doing. Good. All right, we've got Charles. I bet Charles is missing Aussie hoops. Good stuff, Charles. All right, back to the other hand, and then we're going to switch dribbling drills. Yep, nice. And you can hold it there. So next one's pistols, which you're meant to have two balls, but all I want you guys to do, it's one dribble and then catch that ball. So it's like 1 pound and catch and then reset it. So let's try that. If you want, yeah, okay, great. 2 balls is even better. So you don't need 2 balls for this, but if you do have 2 balls, that's great. So let's go. So Diesel, you want to show us? So it's just pistols. So it's just one at a time. So yeah, one at a time. There we go. If you have 1 ball, exactly what he's doing, just go one, nice and quick. So let's go, guys. So Levi, you'll go with 1 ball. So let's go. Pistols now, guys. Yeah, see exactly what Levi's doing. If you have 1 ball, you can do exactly what he's doing. Levi, just make sure you keep switching your hands as well. So we're going to try and do this for maybe 45 seconds. So if you have 2 balls, that's perfect. Yeah, great job, James. I can see you 2 balls. Henry's improvising. Isabel has 2 balls. That's great. So if you have a sibling as well, maybe go, pass me the ball for a second, brother or sister. I'll do some pounding, and then we'll switch as well. Yeah, that's great. Like exactly what these guys are doing. Awesome. So we'll keep going through, I reckon, 20 more seconds of this one. Good job, Kai. All right, I'm flicking through. Good, and you can hold it there now. So same thing with the 2 balls. This time we're going side to side. So you're dribbling the ball at the exact same time, and like my hands are going, we're going side to side. So same thing. So let's start now, boys. And we're just going side to side. So the ball bounces at the same time, and you're trying to control them and sway. Yeah, exactly like that. like Levi's doing, if you have one ball, I'm happy for you to just go side to side with one basketball. So we're trying to give you options. If you have two balls, that's great. If you have one basketball, that's completely okay. So we're going side to side. Levi will keep switching hands as well. So he's got his left and right hand. And yet again, as well, if you have a sibling, hey, let me use your basketball for a second, and then we'll trade again as well. So that's great. So we'll go another 20 seconds of this. Remember, this is just our warm-up. I just want to make sure that we try and increase our body temperature as well. Good stuff. There we go. And you can hold there. So last one we're going to do, and then we're going to get straight into some passing too. We're going to just go crossovers. So two balls, yet again, we're going to try and cross them over. If you don't have two balls, you can still do one-hand crossovers. So let's start with this, boys. So we're going crossovers. Levi, you just go one-hand crossovers. All right, let's start. Yeah, so yeah, two balls, you're going to try and cross them over. Levi's got one ball, so he's just going to cross it over normally. So that's fine like that. I will continue to click through and watch. That's great stuff, Henry and Zach. Very good. We'll go 20 more seconds. Good stuff. I don't know what the siblings' names are, but great stuff if you're a sibling. And James and Steph, good job. Well done, Oakley. Keep going. All right. Now we can hold it there. So now, if you have a backboard, you can use the backboard to pass for this next drill. If you have a partner, a brother or sister, use your partner. And if you have a wall, use the wall as well. So what we'll do, boys, you can go maybe just one ball between you three for now, because if not, there's going to be way too many basketballs flying. Yeah. So kind of set up in maybe a bit of a triangle, because there's three, we're going to improvise. So if you're at home with three siblings, that's okay. If you're with the partner, that's also okay. What we're going to do, we're going to just nice and quick, we're going to go body wrap, chest pass. Body wrap, chest pass. So right around your body, chest pass. And let's just keep going through there. Yeah, body wrap, chest pass. Good. So with these things, boys, let's remember, let's step into our chest pass, especially for the younger kids as well. Keep going. I'll keep talking. Yeah. So just for the younger kids as well, remember we're stepping through the flick of the wrist. If you have a wall, let's pass to the wall. If you have a sibling, pass to the sibling. And if you have just a backboard, we're passing to the backboard. What I want to make sure is in ISO, how many of us have actually been passing the ball to? I know we've been dribbling. I know we've been running. I know we've been shooting too. So just something that hopefully we're getting back with our team soon. So we'll definitely want to work on these passes. All right, next one, we can try and make it a little more challenging. Dribble through the leg. Let's make a chest pass. So let's go through this, guys. So one bounce through the leg and chest pass. Exactly. We're going to keep going through this. Eventually, then we'll add a push pass, but for now, it's just chest pass. We'll do a bounce pass, and then hopefully we'll do an overhead pass as well. So utilize the backboard too. So if you do just have a ring, dribble through your legs, throw it off the backboard, and then even try and get the rebound as well. So you can almost add a bit more. If you have the wall's perfect, because the wall's going to give you the ball back every time. If you have a sibling, it's even better because you get a person physically passing you the ball. So great stuff, James and Steph, using that. Siblings. All right. And now next one we're going to do. So we're going to use a push pass now. So push pass is with one hand. So we'll go behind the back or a crossover. You get to pick a bit of choice for you guys. And we're going to push pass. So just one hand. Once you've gone through, say, your right hand 5 times, go your left hand the next time. So let's go through that, boys. So you've got crossover behind your back, push pass, same thing. Let's try and step into that pass. We want to really extend that arm and push through there. As well, don't just use your favorite hand too. So let's go left hand and let's also go right hand too. So once the boys have had 5 on their right, they're going to go 5 on their left as well. So when we do come back to, obviously we understand some skills may be a little bit shaky, but if you can best prepare yourself as well, your coach is going to be happy. You're all going to go through a tryout period as well. So it'll be great to see the players that have still been working on the smaller skills such as passing at home as well by themselves. So yet again, use the wall, use the backboard, or use your sibling as well, which is great. All right, boys, hold there for a sec. Now we're going to go a bounce pass. So yet again, we can go V dribble. You can dribble through your leg. You can wrap around one leg. You got a freedom of dribble, but I want to see one dribble and then a bounce pass. So let's go through that now. With the bounce pass as well, try and aim, a step off of the partner or of the wall. So it's going to ensure that it actually gets to their chest. So the boys, you can see what they're doing. They bounce it right in front of each other. They don't bounce it in the middle of themselves, or the ball's just going to go way too high as well. So nice reminder for especially our younger players too. Bounce, go through your legs, go make your crossover, and then we're just putting it a step in front of them. Obviously, if you have just a basketball ring, that may be a little hard to bounce past it, so I'm happy if you just still push it up against them. But yeah, we're just improvising with what area we have, whether it be small or big, or if we have access to a park, we're going to make the most of it. So boys, hold there. We'll go one more, which is just going to be our overhead pass. So boys, don't go too crazy because you don't have all the space in the world. But same thing, we'll go one dribble and then overhead pass. So we're going to step through. When we do this though, the ball doesn't go behind our heads. So the ball is above our head and we step through. So that's just the one coaching point I'm trying to touch on. The ball, so don't clock it back behind your head and then launch it. Just above your head, step through, and we'll go above our heads. So let's go, boys. You can start now. So yeah, one dribble, above, yeah. Obviously, this is a hard pass in a smaller area, but just make the most of it. If you guys do have a biggish backyard, say at home, take a few steps backwards. So maybe even James and Steph, take a few extra steps backwards, which they have done as well, which is great. Step in and overhead pass. If you have a wall, step further back from the wall as well. Like improvise so you can still try and get the best out of this pass. Because this pass is normally, say your teammate's at half court, there's a defender in between you, you may launch that pass to make some distance. Just the one point I want you to remember, do not clock it behind your head and then launch it. It's just above your head and then forward. We're going to go for 10 more seconds. Then we're going to get into the big core of what we're trying to touch on today. So hopefully you have something to take away. All right. So boys, you want to all grab your ball again, and we'll just line up back in front of the camera. What we're doing, ball loading, it's as simple as that. We're pretending we're in the paint or something, or maybe we're on the perimeter. So what you're going to do, you're just going to spin the ball out in front of you. The boys are going to show you in a sec. The ball's going to start on your hip, and you're going to load it up onto your shoulder. Now, the points I want you to make is you're making an upside down V with your hands. So boys, you're going to show me that. So if the ball's on your shoulder, yep, it's an upside down V. So Levi, hold that upside down V for a second so everyone can see. You can see there with the ball and Levi's arms, there's an upside down V there. So what we're doing, we're loading from our hip straight up to our shoulder. The few points I want you to be aggressive with this, and I want to make sure the ball stays above your sternum. So if you don't know where your sternum is, your sternum's in the middle of your chest. That's why I'm trying to tell you, load your shoulder, because that's going to be above your sternum. So boys, all you're going to do, go through maybe 10 times, spin the ball out in front, load up your shoulder so everyone can see at home as well. So let's go through it, boys. Exactly. Try as well loading both shoulders as well too, boys. So yeah, watch everyone at home. If you can watch on, they're spinning the ball out in front, then they're loading their shoulder. So exactly, great stuff, Zach. So Zach's following along well. There we go. So yeah, spin it in front. The ball starts on your hip, then we're loading up the shoulder. Now we're going to progress this 3 or 4 times in the next, say, 20 minutes. So that's why I just want you to have the basic move down first. Spin the ball out in front. We're loading that shoulder as well. So yeah, good stuff, Kai. Good stuff, Oakley. All right, next what we're going to do, so this is why I'm saying we're going to keep progressing it. We are going to spin the ball out in front. We're loading our shoulder, then you're going to pivot. So one foot stays on the ground. You guys can, I want you to pivot, say, yeah, 2 steps as well. So we're just pretending we've loaded the ball in the shoulder. There's a defender in front of us. We're just going to pivot around them. So boys, bring the ball high, bring the ball low when you pivot. But yeah, like let's show them. So everyone, show everyone at home. We're spinning, we're loading, and they're going to pivot through. And then we're going to reset. So keep going through that, boys, and I'll try and coach everyone at home. So spin the ball. We're loading the shoulder. When you load the shoulder, load it very aggressively as well. So we want to make sure that no one can just tip the ball out your hand. And now when we pivot as well, make sure we're pivoting and we're pretending we're protecting the ball. So we want to put our bodies in between the defender. So good stuff, Henry and Isabel. Good job, James. So we're going to keep going through this. We're pivoting. We're trying to avoid defenders. If you have a, I'll wait till we get to this progression point. So if you have a sibling, they're going to come in very handy today as well. All right. And now, we're going to do it now. So with Levi and the boys, can one of you or two of you throw your ball away? So we only need one ball right now. Nice. What's going to happen? Levi's going to be in the middle to start with. And yeah. So Levi, come to the middle. We've got Jet and Diesel going to play defense on him. Levi's going to spin the ball. He's going to load it. Now his job is to pivot around the two boys. They're allowed to give him a little nudge on the hip. We don't want to start any sibling wars, but they're allowed to give him a little push. They're going to play some tough defense. So that's why I said we're going to look after this ball. So if you have one sibling at home, that's great. You're going to pivot around them. If you have two, even better. And if you don't have one, that's fine. But I want you to pretend that a defender has come to you and you need to be avoiding them. So let's go, Levi, spin the ball in front. And yeah, now we're pivoting around. Good. And try and step through. And after 4 steps, what we'll do, kick it to one of your brothers and we're going to rotate through. So everyone at home, we're going to follow along like this. So exactly, spin the ball out in front, pivot around. So make sure you take the ball high and low. You could see what Jet's doing right now. He's not just having the ball in one point because then the defender's going to easily tip that out. He's bringing the ball high and low as well. So let's keep going through. You boys just keep rotating through while I talk to everyone. Especially at home as well. If you do have a sibling, don't be afraid to, whether you put a bit of pressure on their hips as well, because you're going to try and make them lose their balance a little, because that's what a defender's going to do to you. So James and Steph, great job utilizing each other. If you're just by yourself, completely okay. You're going to have to use your imagination though. If you have say mum or dad, come and put your hands up in front of me for a bit so I can pivot around you as well. So great stuff, boys. We're going to keep going through this another time each, and then we're going to switch it up as well. So we'll add some dribbling as well. Yet again, just so you know how this can connect to basketball too, say you've been double teamed on the side while you're bringing the ball up. You want to pivot around so you can then make a pass to get out of trouble as well. You could be in the paint as well where this situation's relevant. All right, boys, hold there for a sec. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 dribbles to this. Exact same thing. Jet's going to spin the ball up to himself. He's going to pivot around, take 2 pivots, and then you get 2 dribbles to get away from your brothers. All right, so 2 dribbles to make some space. All right, let's go. So everyone at home, you spin the ball out in front, you're loading your shoulder, 2 pivots, and then you get 2 dribbles to get away from him. So whether you retreat dribble, you dribble forward, try and control the ball. So let's start with that, boys. So spin that ball in front. Good. And 2 dribbles to make some space. Then they're going to rotate through as well. So at home, now I'm adding something to you as well. So even if you're alone, you spin that ball out in front. You boys keep going and I'll keep talking. We load up that shoulder. We've made 2 pivots. And now I'm even happy for you to utilize your ring. 2 dribbles, maybe have a shot as well. So if you're a little bored at home because you don't have a sibling or someone to put a bit of pressure on you, let's get creative. Let's utilize the ring. So pretend that you were in a scoring positions, you pivot around, you've tried to create some space, 2 dribbles, maybe take a jump shot or a nice layup if you're around the ring. So the boys will go 2 or 3 more times each, and then we'll add the last one of this, and then we're going to finish off with some shooting or some back to basket kind of things. So let's go one more time, boys. And hopefully you're able to show your friends as well what you've been working on soon when we get back to basketball. So boys, back over here, same thing, but this is the last one we're going to do for this. So one of the middle guys got the ball, load the shoulder, pivot around. This time I want you to dribble at one of your brothers and aim for their sternum. So 2 coaching points here. Don't knock them over. If you drop your shoulder, it's most likely going to be a charge. So we want to be upright, but we also want to be physical. So take 2 nice steps into them. So 2 dribbles, make contact with their chest. For the defender, absorb it as well. So what you want to do, I guess, brace yourself a little to absorb the contact without falling over as well. But offensive player, do not drop your shoulder. That's a charge every day. So same thing, let's go. Spin the ball up. Levi, don't pick on your brothers either because you're bigger. So good, and then go 2 dribbles at them, Don't drop your shoulder, Jet, or that's going to be a charge. You can take 2 dribbles when you go at them as well. So let's see that. So yet again, we want to get physical. We want to go straight at the defender. And we want to absorb the contact. So what they're doing, the exact same setup, spin the ball out in front. We're pivoting, but then this time we get the choice to actually dribble towards your defender. So say you're under the basket, that defender's not just going to move if you ask them nicely. But sometimes we might need to encourage them by dribbling towards them to move out my way, please, so I can get a good high percentage shot that my coach is going to be so happy about. All right, boys, one more time each. Good, and Levi, don't be a bully. Anyway, so this time now, you can go, we're going back to basket. So these boys, this is great because what we'll do, one of you will be a passer, one of you have your back to the basket, and then one of you is next in line. Then eventually we'll add one of you as a defender. But say Levi's going to face, or Jet's going to face away from the basket. Is your ring where the camera is? Yeah, so I know the right spot. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so back to basket. What's going to happen is, Diesel's going to give him a pass. If you have a wall, pass it to the wall. What we're going to do now, Jet, you're going to go forward pivot to the basket and shot off the backboard. Yeah, so you're going to square up, face the basket. There we go. So now we got the gist of it, and I'll try and talk you through it at home. If you don't have a ring, completely okay. But what I want you to stress on is, so Diesel, give him a pass again. So Jet, I need you to square up to the basket. So now we're going forward pivot like we did before. You can then take a shot. So let's go through this, guys, and I'm going to talk through and see if I can watch everyone at home. So if you have a sibling or someone, get them to give you a pass. Your back's towards the basket. You catch that ball, rip through, like that pivoting we were just doing, have a nice little shot. If you don't have a passer, spin the ball out in front of you. That's smart, James. James is doing that right now. Spin the ball out in front of you, turn, pivot, and we're just taking a shot straight away. If you don't have a ring, maybe we're going a pass. So your back's towards, say, the wall. You pivot around, then you're going to make the pass. What I'm stressing is the pivot as well. So something maybe you haven't done or your coach hasn't been able to, I guess, train you for a few months now. We want to not forget these pivots. So if you've got a passer, a sibling, brother or sister, please pass me the ball. I'll do it in exchange too. All right, now what we're going to do, Diesel, I think it's under the ring. There we go. Same thing, back to basket. This time, you're going to receive the pass. You're going to face the basket. Shot fake, then dribble and have a shot. So same thing, yeah. Turn, shot fake, one dribble and have a shot. Exactly. So now we're adding something to this, making it a little more challenging as well. So same thing, the boys are going to keep rotating through. Face, turn the basket, one dribble, and then we're going up for a shot. So keep going through this. If, yet again as well, if you don't have a ring, completely okay, because what we're going to do, you're going to face the wall. You're going to turn, so you're going to square up to the wall. You maybe take a shot fake, one dribble, maybe just dribble towards the wall as well. Get creative with the spot you have, with the area you have, with the space you have, just to make the most of it as well. Who knows, maybe later you get to go down to the park in your 5-kilometer rule, and you'll be able to take these shots at the park later or the local hoop. All right, boys, one more we're going to do. So we're going to go like a power dribble. So back to the basket. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, Diesel's in the right spot. Turn, and we're just going power dribble. So really aggressive bounce straight up. Yeah. So I don't mind. Yeah, and there we go. Exactly. So same thing. We're just utilizing a different dribble as well. So yet again, let's keep rotating through. Good. Exactly. Great job. So this is our second last drill because the next one we're going to do is very similar to what we've been doing. It's just going to help you utilize if you have a sibling at home or a parent too. So boys, we'll go one more time each. What this power dribble as well is doing, it's that extra force, giving you that momentum to race up to the basket as well. And also, say you've been shot faking your defender for 40 minutes. What's going to happen this time is they're not going to expect you putting the ball straight on the ground and going up. All right, last one, boys, what we're going to do, we're going to have, say, Levi under the ring for a second. Diesel's posting up against him. And Jet, you're passing. This time, exact same thing what we were doing. So now if you have a sibling, this is perfect. Just spin the ball out in front of you because not everyone has 3 siblings. But yeah, so exact same thing as before, Diesel. Square up to the basket. Now you got the freedom though. So I don't mind if you shot fake him. I don't mind if you try and rip the ball through, but we want to get around him. Diesel, Levi, try and play, say, 50% defense, so it's fair against the younger brothers. But if you have a sibling, back to basket, say your sibling's defending you, spin the ball out in front, and now we're facing them and we're trying to go to the ring. If you don't have anyone, that's all right. Maybe bring a chair out or some kind of obstacle, or just use your imagination. Get creative, pretend this is how you're going to score to the basket. This is what's going to happen when you come. So boys, keep going through and I'll just talk. So this is what you want to be doing, I guess, when you come back, Saturday domestic, Friday night rep. What are these moves that you're going to use that's just beyond a shot fake? Maybe you drag the ball through and you sweep it on the defender. Maybe you utilize the power dribble as well. So let's get creative. We're going to go for a few minutes. This is how we'll finish up the session. So any questions, feel free to shoot them in. What I want you to do is get a little bit creative for a defender, especially if you don't have, say, a defender at home. What you're going to be able to do is use a chair, use your imagination and anything you can. So we'll keep going through, boys, and we'll see how we go. So 2 more times, I reckon, then I'll give everyone a nice brief so we can take it away and go home. Good stuff. 1 more time. So just try and get creative. These are them post moves that sometimes are a bit underrated because, say, in Australian basketball, we don't have 6'7" giants, so it may not be stressed enough as well. And we'll go one more for you, boys. Awesome. There we go. All right, guys. So this is what I'll give you a quick overview of what we did. We finished up today. But so we've got that 2-ball stationary dribbling. We have our passing. So if you can throughout the week, hopefully you've got some good news. I hope so too. But utilize the wall. So you've got your stationary dribbling, your body wraps, your crossovers, passing. We've got our push pass, chest pass, overhead pass, and our bounce pass we want to be using. The ball loading as well. So if anyone needs that in writing, just reach out and we can get it to you. But remember, we're making an upside down V, the ball's above our sternum, and we've got the aggressive rip. And then when we also have our backs to the basket, we're emphasizing the pivoting, we're emphasizing the shot fakes, and we're emphasizing that power dribble to get to the basket. But great job, guys. I hope this is the last Sunday. It's not that I don't like you guys. It's just I really want to physically see everyone and coach them. But thanks for joining in, and hopefully we'll see each other in person over the next few weeks. See you later, guys. Thank you.